The Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Mr. Godfred Yeboah-Dame, has decried the attitude of some lawyers to denigrate the judiciary when court decisions do not favor them. He said the trend, including the employment of personal attacks on judges on social media, is a far cry from the professional calling and urged to refrain from it, saying technologies do not eradicate etiquettes. The minister expressed concern that some legal practitioners have made it their behavior to use social media to tarnish the image of senior colleagues and judges in the profession. He said some lawyers also run commentaries on issues before court and predict how such issues should be adjudicated, stressing that when judgments in such instances do not go their way, they use social media to castigate the judges. For him, crucifying judges and senior colleagues on social media ought to be stopped by all lawyers in order not to lower the image of the legal profession in the country. President Hakufadu says the time has come for Ghanaians to make tax payment a certainty. According to him, the society has not yet reached the stage of universal acceptance of taxation as a matter of public good. He bemoaned that not everyone was fully ready to acknowledge the fact that accelerated national development can only be achieved through dynamic and dramatic increase in revenue mobilization. Quote, fellow members, it is most assuring that you have chosen to place the lawyers right in the middle of the process of revenue mobilization, he said. The only thing we have not driven as a country is to make taxes regular, predictable parts of our lives, he stressed. He, however, called for an urgent need to significantly enhance the country's capacity for domestic revenue mobilization. This, he believed, will broaden the country's developmental potential, create opportunities for the vibrant and dynamic youth, and deliver improved livelihoods for citizens. Accra School and the Attorney General's office have filed an appeal challenging the High Court's order for the school to admit dreadlock-wearing student Tyron Magai. According to the school, the court, among others, erred by indicating that the rules and regulations of Accra School with regards to ensuring uniformity in appearance is unlawful and interferes with the manifestation of one's religious rights. The school therefore urged the appeal court to set the entire judgment that orders it to admit the student aside and the plaintiff ordered to comply with the school's regulations if he chooses to be a student of the school. Meanwhile, the Attorney General's office has also filed an appeal on the case, asking the court to uphold Achimuta's arguments and rule in favor of the school. The AG's office also said the judge erred in claiming that Accra School had interfered with the right to the education of the boys. Director of Supervision at the National Insurance Commission, Mr. Seth Ashon, has called on stakeholders in the insurance industry to make it a priority to explain to the general public the benefits of insurance. He said it is through constant public education and sensitization that will enable the public appreciate the benefits of insurance. He further noted that although the insurance industry in Ghana's economy has seen improvement over the years, a lot of work has to be done to improve upon the image of the industry. Mr. Ashern explained that the complaints unit within the NIC has over the years received several disturbing reports from customers of insurance companies. These complaints, although have been worked upon, he said, there's still more work to be done to deal with the issues. Asked how the industry is performing, he stated that, quote, if you look at the past 5 years, the industry grows averagely about 25% every year, which is very good and is encouraging because we don't see such consistent growth in any sector in Ghana. A former rector of the Ghana Institute of Management and Public Administration, GIMPA, Professor Stephen Adai, has advised board members of corporate institutions to stand their grounds and insist that the right things are done. Quote, people do not understand what being a director is. It entails sharing your experience with executives. You do not go and manage it. You meet as a board and share your experience once in a while. You are to serve as a signboard to the executives. Your only interest should be in the welfare of the corporation and nothing else. He admits that choosing the right path may come with opposition, but maintains that it is more fulfilling. Quote, as a board member, I insist on putting the interests of the organization I serve with first. He said serving on the board should be seen as a responsibility to contribute to the success of the company and not an opportunity to make money. The National Lottery Authority has announced an exercise to register all unlicensed lotto operators as well as interested entities and individuals who wish to operate and/or sell lotto or lottery products within the legal frameworks of the National Lotto Act 2006, Act 722, and VAG, Act 844. The registration would commence this year and end in 2022. Accordingly, all unlicensed lotto operators, interested entities, and individuals who wish to be registered and subsequently licensed to operate and sell lotto or lottery products could pick up a pre-qualification application forms from either NLA's Customer Service Center at the Fortune House, Accra, or any of NLA's regional or district offices for completion and submission. According to the statement, the registration exercise starts effectively on September 8, 2021, and the deadline of submission of completed application forms is September 30, 2021. Quote, after this date, only entities or individuals who submitted their duly completed forms would be considered for licensing to operate lotto or lottery. Some 240 prisoners have escaped after unidentified gunmen attacked a facility in Nigeria's Kogi state, officials say. It is the second mass jailbreak this year in Nigeria. The attackers blew up the prison perimeter fence to gain entry, according to the Reuters news agency. Nigeria's prison service says the gunmen were heavily armed and fought a fierce gun battle with the guards. Eyewitnesses told local media that 2 security officers were killed at the Security Custodial Center in Kaba, but this has not been officially confirmed. Investigations are underway to find the escaped prisoners and the gunmen who freed them, the authorities say. A total of 294 prisoners were housed at the medium security prison, which is located on the main road connecting the city of Kaba and Lokoja. The majority of them were in pre-trial detention. A statue of a black female slave in the French city of Bordeaux has been covered with white paint in an apparent racist attack, city officials said. The bronze statue is of Modeste de Testes, an African slave who was bought by a family in Bordeaux in the 18th century. She was later freed. The statue was found defaced on Monday morning, but has now been cleaned. Bordeaux City Hall said it would file a criminal complaint, saying it was, quote, probably racist in nature. Testes was sent to the Caribbean island of Hispaniola to work on a sugar plantation. She was later moved to the United States and was freed after her French owner died. She then settled back in the western part of Hispaniola, which is now Haiti, and died at the age of 105. The statue of Testes was inaugurated in 2019. It is one of the number of gestures aimed at addressing the colonial past of Bordeaux, which is one of the country's major slave trading hubs. The military junta in Conakry has announced the gradual reopening of borders with neighboring countries in a statement read on national TV. Some of the borders have been closed since last week's coup and others for months beforehand. The Senegal, Sierra Leone, and Guinea-Bissau borders were ordered closed by President Alpha Condé in September 2020 for security reasons before the 18 October presidential election. Mr. Condé also denounced attempts to destabilize Guinea by using the territory of neighboring countries. This closure caused diplomatic tension, given the significant movement of people and goods in the region. The border with Sierra Leone is scheduled to reopen on Wednesday. The one with Liberia will reopen on Thursday. Ivory Coast on Friday, Mali's on Saturday, Guinea-Bissau on Monday, and Senegal on Friday next week. The Executive Council of the Ghana Football Association have terminated the appointment of Black Stars coach Charles Akono and his two assistants with immediate effect. This follows the receipt of technical reports from Akono and Black Stars Management Committee following Ghana's Group G World Cup qualifying matches against Ethiopia and South Africa. The Executive Council, after considering the two reports, have decided to terminate their relationship with the head coach C.K. Akono and the two assistants. The Executive Council have formed a three-member committee with the aim of finding a head coach and assistant coaches for the Black Stars within the next 72 hours. Ghana currently have 3 points after opening 2 games of the World Cup qualifiers. Akono, who was appointed in January 2020, took charge of 10 games for the Black Stars, winning just 4 games. In his 20-month stay, he managed to qualify the Black Stars to the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations, which will take place in Cameroon next year. Liverpool kept pace with Premier League's leading pack as Mohamed Salah's 100th English top-flight goal helped them to victory at Leeds. The game was somewhat marred though by a dislocated ankle to teenage midfielder Harvey Elliott, who was stretched off following an initially innocuous-looking sliding challenge from Pascal Strush that ultimately saw the Leeds player sent off. Liverpool were firmly in control of the game by then, though. Egyptian forward Salah was perfectly placed to tap in Trent Alexander-Arnold's low cross and give the Reds a 20th minute advantage, with Fabinho building home the second following a corner 5 minutes after the break. Sadio Mane had missed a number of chances in the game, but made absolutely certain of the points with a low finish into the far bottom corner in injury time. Leeds had their chances too, with Rodrigo firing the best of them straight at Alisson, with the game still goalless. Renowned musician Akufadu has kicked against claims that the former president of Musician Union of Ghana, Diana Hampson, wants to contest for the chairperson position of Ghana Music Rights Organization. According to her, she won't allow Diana's dreams come to pass because the veteran gospel musician cannot lead Gomro. Earlier reports suggest that the Musician Rights Organization will soon go to the polls to elect new leaders. It is unclear who will be competing for what positions. Akufadu alleged that Diana would be vying for the chairperson position. She, however, said she is against it and questioned what she was able to do for musicians when she became president of Musica. She therefore went on to declare her intention to also contest for the chairperson position because of Diana Hampson. Controversial dancehall artiste Chatawale is accusing organizers of 3 music awards of favoritism and unfairness to fellow artists Sarkodie and Stonebwoy when the organizations handed over 11 awards to him in 2019. The Melissa hitmaker said he won those awards not because he deserved it, but because the CEO, Abdoulaye Abu Sadiq, was not happy with Sarkodie and Stonebwoy. In 2019, when he swept the 11 awards, Chatawale took to Facebook to write #11United, just got all my 11 awards from 3 music awards. This is how hard work looks like. Quote, you go through the motions of the process, ups and downs, challenges, fights, misunderstandings, creating friends and enemies. But I am glad the industry is beginning to recognize the hard work myself and my team put into our work. 3 Music Award is yet to officially respond to the allegation.